Hi everybody, welcome to Tech Growth Stocks channel. Today I present you a new video specifically because the market is down today and many of the strong tech momentum stocks and biotech stocks and also some clean energy stocks are nearing excellent buy points. So I think it makes definitely sense to have a look at these stocks now and check them out and do some research about them and decide if a position could be a good thing now. So before I start right off with the first excellent entry point stock in that pullback, I have to make a short disclaimer. This video does not constitute financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, so please consider that. And also one more quick note. Please subscribe now to my channel with a link in the description below so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now. Okay, so that was it for the intro. So let's start right off with the first strong entry point stock as of today. And it is TWST, Twist Bioscience. This is, here you can see the long-term chart of Twist Bioscience, and as you can see, Twist was an IPO in October 2018, and after its IPO it built a nice IPO base here, had a sideways movement in that IPO base, and we had a breakout of that IPO base in May 2020, and from then a nice and very strong uptrend since then. And in the short-term chart, we see that uptrend here, and you can see as well, for instance, here we bounce off the 50-day moving average to the upside, and later again, we bounce off the 50-day moving average, here we bounce off the 20-day moving average to the upside, here we bounce off the 30-day moving average to the upside, and here we had also a bounce of the 50-day moving average, and now we undercut the 50-day a little bit. Here we had a pullback, and now we undercut the 50-day a little bit, and we came heavily back in Twist Bioscience. And when we look here in the longer term chart, you see here we undercut the 50-day as well a little bit, and then we bounce to the upside. Here we undercut it a little bit, bounce to the upside. So I think currently the price level is attractive for an entry point, and still we could see further declines. With this we cannot know for sure when it bounces to the upside again, but I think that level is attractive, and I think soon we could have a bounce to the upside again in Twist Bioscience. And when we look at the growth characteristics for Twist, the EPS growth is sluggish, it's minus 33%, but the sales growth is very strong with 109%, and the relative strength rating is very good as well with 94. And Twist is in a hot sector in the medical diagnostics space, so I think with that current entry point position, or with that current price level here, I think it's an attractive stock for the moment. Okay, so that was it for Twist Bioscience. Now let's have a look at the next strong entry point stock for today, and it is NTLA, NTLA Therapeutics. Here you can see the long-term chart of NTLA, and as you can see, for quite some time or let's say from around 2019 to 2020, we were moving sideways in NTLA. And then we had a breakout here in May 2020 of that sideways moving phase, and we formed a nice and very strong uptrend since then. The short-term chart here you see as well a base building phase, a sideways moving base building phase, and you see here we had a breakout of that base, and then we had a very strong uptrend in NTLA, and now we are coming back here, and currently trading at the 50-day moving average, and I think we could bounce off that to the upside as said. So I think for as said before with other stocks, it's looking like we could bounce off that. And when we look at the growth characteristics for NTLA, The EPS growth is not the strongest. It's plus 2%, but the sales growth is very good with 78%, and the relative strength rating is good as well with 94. And NTLA is in a hot sector in the biotech space. So I think at that current price level, it's an attractive entry point for a position in NTLA. Okay, so that was it for NTLA. Now let's have a look at the next strong entry point stock for today, and it is ROKU, ROKU. Here you can see the long-term chart of ROKU, and as you can see, ROKU was an IPO in September 2017. One quick note, why do I always look at the IPO date of these stocks? Because 95% of the super performance of a stock is happening in their first 10 years after their IPOs. So it definitely pays if you watch out for young, strong companies with excellent growth characteristics and in strong sectors or disruptive sectors, because they could have very strong gains going forward in their first 10 years after their IPOs. And yeah, ROKU is also one of these companies in its first 10 years after its IPO. And here we had a strong breakout after the IPO, after building the IPO base here. And yeah, then overall we had a strong uptrend in ROKU since its IPO date, but it was kind of volatile. We had rallies and then pullbacks or corrections and then rally, and then we rallied again, then we corrected strongly. And yeah, recently here, after that correction here, we broke out of that correction phase in July 2020 and traded strongly to the upside and continued strongly with that uptrend, previous uptrend. And in the short-term chart, we see that uptrend here, and we see as well here, we bounced off the 50-day moving average here to the upside. Here we bounced off the 40-day moving average to the upside. Here we bounce off the 30-day moving average to the upside. And here again, we bounce off the 30-day moving average to the upside. And now we are currently trading around the 20-day moving average, or today we bounce off the 20-day moving average. And I think still it could be a good entry point position at the moment for ROKU. And when we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS, they are excellent. The EPS growth is very strong with 96%, and the sales growth is also very good with 58%, and the relative strength rating, it's okay with 89. So with these characteristics, ROKU is definitely a strong entry point stock for today. So, okay, that was it for ROKU, and now we come to the last strong entry point stock for today, and it is XONE. So XONE. Here you can see the long-term chart of XONE, and as you can see, we were for quite some time moving sideways and a little bit down in XONE. And then we made the low last year in March 2020 together with a Corona breakdown. We reversed from that low, traded to the upside, and formed a nice and strong uptrend since then. And here we can see as well in the short-term chart here, we had like a base building phase where we trended down a little bit, but then we could break out of that base building phase around, let's say, we could break out here, let's say around start of this year in January, and then we had a very strong momentum move coming into XONE, traded very strong to the upside, and now we are pulling back strongly in XONE. So I think soon there could be an attractive entry point, for instance, a bounce of the 20-day moving average, or currently would be attractive as well. But this stock is not without risk. I have to say that. I mean, since the start of the year, we traded from, let's say, around $10, let's say around $10 to $64, 6 times move since the start of the year. Now we are coming back from around $64 to $44. So it's already cheap now, but still we could see further drop, maybe to $36. So this is not without risk. This stock but still we came back strongly in X zone, and it has a very strong momentum move here. So I think it could be an attractive entry point stock. And when we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth, it's sluggish, it's minus 16%, but the sales growth, it's good with plus 16%. And the relative strength rating is very good as well with 96, with that strong momentum move here. So I think with these characteristics, Exxon is definitely a strong entry point stock for today. Okay, so these were the entry point stocks for today. I hope in that video is some nice stock for you, which you can use for your research and have a look at the current price levels. And if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up. This would help me very much. And also, do not forget to subscribe now to my channel with a link in the description below, so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now. Okay, so thank you for watching that video, and I wish you good luck in your trading. And also I think overall this year will be an excellent stock trading year. I mean, there will be pullbacks, but overall, with all that fiscal and monetary stimulus going on around the world from all of these central banks and governments, I think there is definitely more room to run in the stock market, and I think at the end of the year we could have excellent performances overall for the stock market. Okay, so thank you for watching that video, and I hope to see you again in the future. Cheers.